You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
This matchup between the Knicks and the Hornets was supposed to give us a clearer picture of what Charlotte's young core could eventually become. Instead, it has turned into yet another reminder of how unlucky this team has been, especially when it comes to keeping its key players healthy. The conversation once again circles back to LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller, and unfortunately, the latest updates are not encouraging. It was announced that Brandon Miller would miss the game against New York, which immediately raised eyebrows because he had just been removed from the injury report before the Hornets' win over the Raptors. Then, almost out of nowhere, he was ruled out again ahead of the matchup with the Nets. Now he's missing another contest, and it's natural to wonder whether something was aggravated during that Raptors game. The team hasn't provided a clear explanation, and that silence only fuels concern. LaMelo Ball's situation isn't much better. He is listed as probable due to left wrist soreness, and while probable sounds encouraging, the wrist in question isn't the one that was surgically repaired 4 years ago. This seems to be a new issue entirely. When your franchise player keeps showing up on the injury report for different reasons, even minor ones start to feel major. The frustrating part is that Ball and Miller simply haven't had enough time on the court together. They've only shared the floor 45 times, which is barely enough to form reliable chemistry, let alone determine whether this duo is truly the foundation Charlotte wants to build around. And with other players still missing, Josh Green working toward a return with the Greensboro Swarm and Grant Williams taking small steps forward in his recovery, the Hornets haven't come close to seeing this roster at full strength. At some point, the organization may need to reconsider how it approaches the rest of this season. Competing for a play-in spot was probably the goal back in October, but with injuries piling up and development stalling, that path looks less realistic by the week. Boosting their draft lottery odds might actually be the smarter long-term play, especially with a strong 2026 class on the horizon. But tanking, even subtly, is emotionally draining for a franchise that has been stuck in rebuilding mode for years. Fans want progress, the front office wants direction, and if things continue trending the wrong way, big roster moves at the trade deadline wouldn't be surprising at all. One thing's clear. As the Hornets prepare to face the Knicks, the injuries hanging over this team aren't just affecting tonight's game, they're reshaping the entire outlook for the season. Stay subscribed for more videos.